Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Software Inc. My name, of course, is Albert Potato, and this is sort of a one-off. Yeah, we're just gonna delve into this game and see what it's got to offer. If you're interested, you can have a look at it on Steam. I think it was £8.99 or something, and it's quite new actually. It's quite new. It came out on the 1st of May 2015, and as you can see, it's still in alpha. So we're having a preliminary look at it, and honestly, it looks very good. It looks very good. Let's jump into a new game. Okay, company name here. We're gonna make the Orbital Potato. Software Co. Software Co. There we go. Beautiful. And the default name? Anonymous. I like it. It's creative. Instead, I'm just gonna go with a boring old name of Orbital Potato because you know what? Why not? I'm not a very creative person. That's not how you spell potato, but whatever. Yeah, I'm not a very creative person, so let's just do that. Hair. You should go for some red hair. No, not some blonde hair. We want some red hair. Looks god awful. But actually, that orange hair doesn't look too shabby. Look at that. You can rotate this guy as well. How neat is that? Okay, so nice orange hair. There we go. We look like a member of some like 2000s pop band or something. You know what? Whatever. That's fine. Skin. Can we go for green skin like a zombie? Holy cow, we can. Alright, I guess we're gonna go full zombie then. Full zombie. I reckon that shade of green's just about right. Yeah, let's go for that. Shorts. Oh, we can go for shorts or pants. Well, I want to give you an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. I'm more of a pants guy, although in the UK, obviously, we don't call them pants. We call them trousers. Jeez, who calls them pants? I guess some pink pants? Some pink pants? Like some bright, oh, I don't know, they're a bit garish actually. You know what? That's a nice sort of magenta color. I can roll with that. And a jacket. What color jacket? Honestly I quite like that jacket. I feel it goes rather nicely. Also, I missed the shirt out there. The white shirt contrasts with the blue. So basically, yeah, that's it. That's the banter. That's how we look. And honestly, I think we look pretty sexy. Nice. Okay, personality, generous and optimistic. We've got a couple of traits that we can choose from here. I don't know why anybody would ever set themselves on bad traits. I mean, Orbital Potato is a very generous and optimistic person. I am a very generous and optimistic person. Admittedly, I don't look like a zombie. But you know, we can at least use my good traits. I think I'm generous and optimistic, yeah. Let's go with that. And then if we go down here, we can customize all of the levels of skill that we have as a person, and we can also decide where we specialize. And especially for the early game, I have played this game a bit, by the way. I want to put that out there just to see if things would work, and did all the tutorials and whatnot, because you know, going through the tutorials on camera is just boring. I think going for a balanced start is good, and obviously if you hover over all these things, you can see what a programmer does, how fast you can program, and bugs and fixed and whatnot. So you know what, I think overall we're gonna go for a nice balanced person, and I think that's fair enough. The scenario, free to play, that's the only scenario in place. I mean, obviously it is an alpha. I would hope that there is you know, there's gonna be more, whatnot. Starting year, let's start as soon as possible, which is 1980, and starting money, let's start with 12,000. Obviously, I don't want to be starting with such little money, but hey ho. In fact, you know what? Let's start with 6,000. I'm the real deal. I can do it. I can totally do it. And days per month. Let's stick it on 1 day per month. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. Obviously, there's some mods. I don't think there's any mods in the Steam Workshop at the moment. I don't even know if it has Steam Workshop integration, but I would presume eventually that it will. Anyway, let's stop mucking around and get right down to business. So simulating the market, great. Okay, so now here we are, and you might be like, what the hell is this? This is nothing. There is nothing here, and I would say to you, damn right, there's nothing here. Because we need to create our own office, and this is a very sort of like the Sims aspect. So what we need to do is we need to go into build mode, and we can see our lovely little plot here. Obviously we can expand it should we want to, and I have no desire to do that. I don't think I spent money there. I didn't, thank goodness. I've still got £6,000. So we can obviously construct a room here. I think a room about that big. It's going to cost us £2,160. But you know what? It's okay. We've got to do it. We've got to go for it. We can shift up and down layers, so we can have multiple stories. That's something I really look forward to exploring. So that's going to be cool. Awesome. Now let's put in some essential stuff. We're going to need a standard door. Standard door on the corner there. Boom. And a sliding glass door. That's a bit posh. I don't think we'll be needing that. And a small window can go there. We'll put a small window there and a small window there. There and another small window here. I mean, they only cost £12 anyway. That's another interesting fact, by the way. You can totally customize your own currency. So if we go to settings quickly, options, yeah, you can totally decide your own currency. And there's a couple of other settings in here. Graphics, yeah, audio. There's no music, obviously, at the moment. So that's why I'm just sticking in some fantastic music from Kevin MacLeod on Incompetech.com. So go check that out if you're interested. But yeah, some lovely smooth jazz to keep us going all the way. Anyway, back to business. Let's see what's going on. Okay, what we need to do now is we need to make sure that this building is workable. We need to make sure that people can actually work in it. So we're going to get some tables. Stick a table down there. A cheap chair or an office chair. Let's go for a cheap chair at the moment. There we go. And of course, we are a software development company, so we're going to need a computer. And we just drag and rotate that to face the right direction. Great, what are you telling me? The temperature will vary a lot in this room. Add more radiators and ventilation. Yep, that's something that I intend to do. Let's do it right now just because we can. Let's stick in... Where's the radiator? There we go. Well, there's the fan anyway. Okay, you can go there. This whole drag and click thing is really, really nice. I really like the whole drag thing. It's awesome. Okay, so we got a radiator, we got a fan, and we're down to pretty much half of our starting money. Yeah, half of our starting money. So you could say we're in a little bit of a precarious situation, but it's okay. I have faith. The game is still paused. That's fine. We've got money. We're gonna be okay. So if we press play, then hopefully when the next bus arrives... Oh, wow-wee. That's very bright. That is very, very bright indeed. Okay, well, where's our guy? Where's our dude? Well, anyway, screw it. It doesn't matter. Let's take up some contract work. Contract work is probably the first thing that you're going to want to do just to get yourself established. So you can see how many months it takes, or how many months the contract work will give you, and this is how much money you're going to get from it. So I think we're going to go for the embedded system thing. Recommended team size is 2. Well, a recommended team size of 1. That's great. That's what we're sort of after. Required quality, good. Upfront, yep. When done, great. Penalty, yep. Cost per bug minus £14. Yep. We'll get to work. We'll get to this all in a minute. Let's accept the work. We've got a contract job, and we get a little bit of money to keep us alive. Okay. Click here when you are ready for your first day. Boom. There we go. Into our first day, and already you can see that yeah, we've minused that in bills. I mean, obviously we spent that much in construction, and that was apparent at the time, but whatever. We've made one pound of profit. Fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Okay, great. 7 o'clock, and we are waiting for our dude to arrive. Let's put it in 3 times speed. I think he arrives at... Oh, there we go. He arrived at 8 a.m. Here we go, Mr. Orbital Potato, hammering away. Whoa. Let's try and get a nice little view of him. I want to get a perfect little shot of him at his computer. Oh, you can even hear the tip tapping. How fantastic is that? That is nice, isn't it? And look at that green possessed face. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And he just loves working. I love working. Well, yeah. I mean, me too, buddy. Me too. Okay, great. So as you can see, this is our progress bar. you can see we're making progress of this. This is the designing phase, and you know, this is a pretty chunky phase of it. But there's other phases that you have to go through as well. So that's, you know, that comes afterwards, and we'll deal with that when it comes to it. There's only 1 month. There's only 1 day per month at the moment. So when we speed up time to make things go a little bit faster, because who can really be bothered waiting all that time? We've got 3 months to do this, so that's effectively 3 days work. So it's by the way, just left click to get rid of those things up there. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Hopefully we'll be able to do it, but we might not be able to. Fingers crossed we will be able to. Obviously, if we are running out of time, then we can scrimp on later stages. So currently we're doing the designing. We could go straight to the development stage if we wanted to. Obviously we could cancel here or assign the team, and I'll get onto that in a little bit. But if we click develop, then we go into alpha, and alpha is a whole bunch of different stuff that brings with it new challenges. But you know what? We're gonna just continue designing. We're gonna put it in 3 times speed because we're dangerous like that. This guy, by the way, as your founder, he always has 100% effectiveness and 100% satisfaction because he is like the boss. And also, you don't have to pay him a salary. Thank God. Otherwise, I think we would be kind of broke at this moment in time. So yeah, as you can see, he very quickly hopped on that bus home. So we don't need to. So we can just skip all the unused time and get started on the second day. Fantastic. Good news. Good news indeed. Come on. There's no point in putting it in 1 time speed, waiting for him to arrive. He arrives at 1, and now he gets down to business. You love working. Fantastic. Great. Obviously, within this room has got a noisiness level, it's got a temperature level, and it's got an environment level. And it's also got a lighting level. So it's really, really important that you keep the temperature around 21 degrees. The noisiness needs to be as quiet as possible so that they can concentrate and work and whatnot. And if not, then you know, people start to lose effectiveness, and that's really not what you want. Anyway, we're approaching this 100% mark for this city dump stop ink. What the hell is that on about? No idea what that means, but whatever. Approaching the 100% mark. And let's pause it when it gets there. Boom, pause. Let's go to develop. And now we're in alpha. Fantastic news. Great. And we are making some pretty good progress in the alpha of this game already. It's not even a game, is it? It's a piece of contract work. So a small logistics application. So it could be, I don't know, some software to power a dump truck, perhaps. You never know. You never know. But whatever the case is, we're fairly shredding through this alpha at a rate of knots, and that is really, really very, very good. Anyway, let me explain sort of some of the team mechanics while this alpha progresses. So if we go in here, we can click. I'll explain all these buttons in good time, by the way. If we go into HR and we click Manage Teams, then you can see our core team at the moment only has 1 person. Obviously, we can hire many, many more people, and we can have different offices for where they work. We can assign different teams, so we can make a new team. We can call it, I don't know, the Happy Times team. Right? We can add this team, and you know, this doesn't have any members of staff in whatever, you know, that could be the team. And more likely we would have like a designing team, and then a you know like a programming team, you know, stuff like that. And that's how we roll, and that's how it is. We can also set we can also decide which employees are in the core team. At the moment, obviously, we just got Orbited Potato. We can decide their arrival and departure times and action. Yeah, I have no idea what that does, but yeah, I guess this is to design stuff, and we'll talk about that later on. Oh, okay. I guess this must be for dedicating a specific project to a team. So that's kind of cool, actually. That's kind of cool, and we'll probably experiment with that later. So it just hit 4 o'clock. Orbited Potato, the zombie guy himself, can walk through the wall. Holy cow! Did you see that? That was crazy. But he did manage to catch the bus. So by doing some of that walking through wall nonsense, he did manage to catch the bus. And honestly, that's fine. Let's skip into the next month, and as you can see, we lost a little bit of money. £219 in bills. which is less than ideal. Less than ideal completely. Yeah, in fact, not very good at all, but whatever. 3 times speed, let's get until 8 o'clock, so he rocks up at 8 o'clock, gets off the bus. Now, does he walk through the wall here, or does he go through the door like he should? Ah, he goes through the door. Good lad over the potato. You clearly have learnt how to go through doors. Good on you. Anyway, let's go 3 times speed because there's not much to talk about with this contract work that's going on. Okay, good. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. You know what? I'm tempted to just let it get to 100%. We might as well do that. What? It got to 4 o'clock and he was out the door? Oh my goodness, we might not complete this. I may have misjudged our ability to do this contract. Okay, next day. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, 0 months left. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Let's promote. We're going into delay. Okay, you're now going into the beta, which is great. Fixing the bugs. The beta is, of course, the shortest stage. And boom, release. And we did it. We finished contract for the net worth of £9,625. That is fantastic. That is really, really very, very good. Obviously, if we didn't complete, for example, the alpha stage or the designing stage to the fullest, then we would get less than that. But we did it. We did both to 100%, so we got 100% worth of the contract money, which is fantastic. That's really, really nice. So from that contract alone, we netted over £10,000, and already our financial situation has improved significantly. You know, I think it's improved so significantly that we can think about expanding a little bit. Now, I'm not saying we're going to expand, but you know, we're going to prep. We're gonna get an office chair here because it's comfier apparently. Yeah, we're gonna prep to get a new employee. I think that would be cool. So when hiring an employee, let's go in 3 times speed because we actually need to get to tomorrow, so we can select another contract job. Because I think it works like this one will disappear, and yeah, we'll have more options and whatnot and whatever. Okay, but anyway, let's go through the motions of hiring a new person. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have a look at our insurance policies. Now, this is a very American way of doing things. I'm not entirely sure who made this game or where they're based or whatever, but you know, insurance and health insurance and life insurance, you know, health insurance is not something that is very widely done in the UK, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Funds on the insurance account at the moment, we've only got that. So let's bump up the amount of money on our insurance account. Let's bump it up to about 1,500, okay? And this is sort of like a bank. So you do earn interest on this money, I think, and that's fine. That doesn't really matter. And obviously, health insurance attracts junior level employees, life insurance attracts intermediate level employees, and pension attracts senior level employees. So that's fine. We are going to go for some more intermediate level employees, I think. So we'll bump that up to 754 there. Okay, great. And basically, the more money you have in your insurance account, the better employees you get. Why are you sleeping? Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. Take some work. We want a one-size team. Yeah. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. An embedded system. Let's accept that work and give you something to do, buddy. Give you something to do. And we got $630 from accepting the contract, so that is nice. Nothing to really complain about there, but whatever. Let's go through the motions. Why are you? Oh, you're sitting in the. Oh, you bastard. Can we assign this chair to you? Yeah, we can, I think. By the way, we right-click to get this. Upgrade to the next furniture tier. Oh! Very nice. Oh, fantastic. I did not realize you could do that, but now I do realize you can do that. So you can upgrade. Yeah, you can get like an option menu by just like right-clicking on things. You can get a menu about, you know, people and whatnot, and you can educate them and train them better, and you know, you can do a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, no, we're gonna get a new employee. Good. So hire an employee. Let's get an artist. Okay, let's get a 2D artist. And let's spend a decent... Let's spend £600 looking for them, okay? We're going to spend a lot of money looking for them. Now, this is the selection screen. This is what we can do. And we've got a lot of applicants. Let's sort them by their score, okay? So you demand £1,600 salary. That's okay. If we want to spend £60 on an interview, then this will give us much more detailed information. Here's a word of advice: always spend £60. I mean, look at this. This is good. You're an extrovert, but you're pessimistic. Your compatibility is normal. You're good at art. You're a good artist. You're not a bad designer. So, you know, I think we can remove 10, and that'll just remove the worst 10 people. So that doesn't really matter. It just goes by score anyway, I think. But anyway, let's do a couple of interviews here. You've got a bad compatibility. You're snob and you're naive. Yeah, so as you can see... Oh, a good compatibility. You'd be good. You're generous, but you're a snob. Let's do a couple more interviews. Very bad. And one more for good measure. Well, you know what? I think it looks like it's gonna be this dude or this dude. And honestly, I like this guy better because he is slightly cheaper. So, so you know what? No, not this guy. What am I talking about? This guy. There we go. And this is the team that he's going to go into. Obviously, we only have one team at the moment. And yeah, let's bring him on board. You have limited funds to sustain your company. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to wait? Hell yes. Let's hire him on board. Let's hire him on board, please. There we go. So hopefully, it's not going to be too late. We did hire him, didn't we? We did hire him. Yeah, we did. He's just going to come in tomorrow. That's great. Okay, so we really need to make money now. We really need to make money. So so please to God, let's make some money. Obviously, you can change what job they'll do. Obviously, yeah, we can go to change roles or whatever. We're just gonna make everybody do what they kind of want to do at the moment. As long as stuff gets done, then that's not a problem. So so yeah, you're gonna be into work tomorrow, and everybody's gonna be happy. Speed up time, wait until you get on your bus over to Potato. It looks like you have got on your bus, and we'll skip time. Okay, now, here's the thing. What we can do is we can sort of adjust the salary. We can negotiate with them. And this has been a little bit pernickety in the past, but we'll give them a tad more. That might make them happy. But we can adjust that salary, you know, as we go on. So that's fine. Okay. We do not have very much money. Make no mistake. We do not have very much money. But however, now, let's have a look at this guy, right? I just got a raise. Yep, exactly. We boosted your money a little bit, so that's nice. As you can see, your effectiveness is 170%, and your satisfaction is 100%, right? Now, that is primarily down to the fact that he is very... Whoa, develop. The fact that he is very compatible with the team. That's really very good, actually. Being compatible with the team is one of the core criteria. Obviously, your effectiveness is going to go down over time. That's not really a problem for us. But you know what we could do, actually? We could buy another table. And we could also, for that table, get a coffee machine. Booyah! So... Oh, also, actually, let's get, to improve the environment, let's get something to improve the environment. A charming floor plant. Well, that costs £30, that costs £6. A bonsai tree? Big plant. Takes up a lot of space, but employees agree that it makes up for it by looking nice. Well, I'd be damned. Stick that in there, and we stick another plant in there. And as you can see, our environment goes up. So that is very, very nice. And so everybody should be a little bit happier for... Well, obviously not you. But everybody should be a little bit happier for working in such a nice environment. I mean, you're just a hero, my friend. You're just a hero. And everybody can get coffee now. And everybody can stay awake and alert. And their effectiveness will stay high. Which is fantastic. Which is really, really great. Obviously, we've only done contract work yet. We haven't even considered... developing our own software. Yeah, This is going to be a little bit of a problem, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna have to go with it on 60%. Going through the delay phase. We'll do the beta stuff. That's great, and let's release it. So obviously we didn't get the complete worth of that contract. However, we did a pretty good job on it, and it's gonna keep our company afloat for a little while longer. So that is nice. Okay, everybody can go home and have the rest of the day off. And you can take the bus home. There we go. You get the bus to the end of the world. That's nice. That's good. And yeah, we can see a little graph of our past couple months. And yeah, it's looking all right. It's looking all right. Let's skip the time. We're heading for bankruptcy. Yeah, we're heading for bankruptcy. But honestly, we are going to be doing very, very good very, very shortly. Well, hopefully anyway. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pause the game, and we are going to develop a new piece of software, right? So these are all the options that we have for developing our new piece of software. The product name, let's go for, let me show you what the types of software that you can develop. You can develop an operating system, and all of these have different options, by the way. I just want to point that out. Game engine or a game or whatever. We're actually going to develop a visual tool, so like whatever. Image viewing, yep, this is just extra design things that we can add to it. And the operating system, well, in fact, you know what? Let's start at the beginning. What are we going to call it? Let's call it Google Sheets. Okay, probably a copyright name, but we'll use Google Sheets, like a Microsoft Excel sort of visual tool document. It's going to be an original IP because we have no intellectual property before this. We can tick it and make this open source if we wanted to. Now, open source would mean that we would release it free, and it would also saturate the market, and it would mean that our competitors wouldn't be able to make money on similar products. So obviously that could be good if we wanted to, and also it would give us a reputation boost, which is nice. Or we could make it in-house. Now, the only reason you would really do this is if you built either an operating system or a game engine. Now, a game engine is a way that you can build games, right? So, and an operating system is obviously you use all of these things on an operating system. But if you wanted to make a game engine and keep it in-house, if you like packed all of the latest features into it, and you wanted to keep that in-house so your competitors wouldn't be able to get a hold of it, then that would be great. But obviously you wouldn't make any money because you're not selling it. So that's the way it works. It's going to be original IP. We're not going to need a server for it. A server is like, for example, if you make an MMO, then you need a server, and if you don't have enough server capacity, then that is bad, and people will start to hate you. And that's just, yeah, you can buy servers. You probably saw them in build mode, and I'll show you again if you really care. Yeah, the source control management, we don't really need to do this because we don't actually have a server yet, and we're probably not going to get a server for a decent length of time, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, good. Innovation very low. Image viewing, yep, let's tick both these boxes. And stability very high, and innovation very low. Recommended team size 1, recommended team size 3. You know what? Screw it. Recommended team size 3. That's how we roll. An operating system to choose from. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So these are the current operating systems that are in existence. Obviously, we could make our own if we wanted to, but it takes a long time to make an operating system in comparison to a piece of software. So the biggest thing that we're looking for is coverage, right? So Pen OS 2 looks like the best one to go for. The license is quite a lot of money, but hey ho. I think it's the way to go for us. Popularity, it's all obscure at the moment, isn't it? It's all very, very obscure. But whatever, screw it. Image editing, let's go for that as well. So we're really going to try and pack as many features as we can into this. You need to be able to... Oh, we've only got image editing or image viewing. Well, let's go for only image viewing then, I think. Yeah, you know what? Let's develop this, okay? So we can release Google Sheets whenever we want to. It's completely up to us, and we're heading for bankruptcy. That could be a problem. That could be a big problem. Well, oh, there's a newspaper, the Software Times, which I don't think works yet, but maybe that's just me being an idiot. I don't entirely know yet. Also, something that's super cool, we can see all of our competitors, right? We can see all of them. We're All Potato Software, obviously, and we are not worth very much in comparison to everybody else. We can look at our products. Obviously, we have none. We can look at our chart. We can look at everybody else's chart. Wow. Wow. What are their sales like? Their sales are pretty bad, actually. They're pretty erratic, but that's okay. And also, we can buy shares in other people's companies, which are actually really, really interesting. Now, good. Everybody get to work on this. We want to make a great piece of software here, guys. As I was saying, let's go to stocks. This is our stocks, obviously. You know, we own 100% of our business. We could sell a little bit, actually, if we wanted to. For £600, wow, we wouldn't get much, would we? Look, for our entire company, for 100%, we could sell it for £3,200. Obviously, we don't really want to do that, because if you own less than 50% of your company, then you don't have control of it anymore, or something, or there's something to do with nonsense, and I'm not really interested in losing control of the company so soon. That is not my intention. Also, distribution channels. This is kind of nice as well. So we can active. Okay, let's sort by active. So yeah, we can look into where we want to release our goods. I think, you know what? Here might be nice. Here might be a good place. In fact, no, we've already got distribution channels with these guys. Okay, so we could make a deal with these guys. The Play Market, the Mist Market. That could work. Make a deal with you. Make a deal with you. Make a deal with you. And make a deal with you. So I don't know if there's any negative repercussions for making deals with people, but you know what? Screw it. I'm not too concerned by it. Not too concerned by it at all. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the more distribution channels that we have, the better. Okay, great. So that's that. So I've showed the all software. That's just like a list of the software that's on the market. Obviously, there's different types of software, so we can look at audio tools, games, game engines, operating systems, visual tools, whatever. I mean, look, all of the visual tools we're competing against are mediocre, mediocre, bad, bad, mediocre, horrible. So if we can make a great visual tool, then that would be absolutely phenomenal. So I am totally up for making a fantastic visual tool. Might take us a little bit of money, but you know what? Hey ho, it's going to be worth the time. So obviously we don't have that much money in the bank, and that is probably my biggest concern at this moment in time. Unfortunately, have I shown you everything? I mean, obviously we don't have any servers at the moment, so I'll show you how to place a server actually, just in case you're interested. Where is the server? Have I gone past it? Nah, look, here the server is. Yeah, small server, that's fine. And you've got like a bigger server, but you know, it only unlocks after the year after 1990, and that's fine. We're miles away from 1990 anyway, so it makes no shred of a difference. So yeah, servers are a thing that are possible. Now, I'm thinking that we're gonna go a little bit in debt next month. A little bit in debt. I'm not too keen on going into debt. But if it's something that we need to do, an employee is hungry and having trouble working. Oh crap. We're heading for bankruptcy. Well, let's skip time. You have, yep, do you want to withdraw? Yes, I do actually want to withdraw. So actually, we have money in our we have money in our insurance account, which is kind of nice. And that's something that is good, because it means it's extra money that we can draw on should we need to, so we haven't actually needed to take out a loan, which is great. In my opinion, it's pretty good. Yep. So as you can see, last month we spent salaries, maintenance, Software. Oh yes, we bought a license, didn't we? Yep. Yeah, we did. We bought a license to the operating system, and that cost us a fair bit of money. What we're actually going to do, I think, is we might take on a piece of contract work just for the month to buoy us up financially. Let's accept the work. We got £605 or whatever, and let's assign core team to you, and let's assign nobody to work on you. So yeah, this is just paused, and it'll allow us to work on this, which will actually mean that we'll get a little bit of extra money before we can continue developing Google Sheets. Now, you are hungry. I don't know why you're hungry. I don't think there's anything I can do about your hunger. I also don't know how to clean the building. That worries me. That worries me because the room is dirty. No idea how we clean the building. Because there's lots of footprints and everybody's... Oh, it's just a mess. Oh well, we've got the coffee machine on, which is nice. We can move things around should we want to. We could upgrade it if we wanted to. Again, we don't really want to do that, but whatever. I'm more concerned about the fact that I don't know how people are going to eat. That's what worries me. Oh, a fridge, a food generator, a fridge. We found it. We found how people are going to eat. Fuck, I've misplaced that. Let's move this piece of furniture. Let's move it around here. By the way, it's middle mouse button to rotate. I probably should have told you that a long time ago, but whatever. It doesn't matter. An employee is hungry, is having trouble working. Well, go to the fridge, buddy. Go to the fridge, and you can fulfill all your food dreams. Your effectiveness is 119%. That's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, good. So everybody should be working on City Tweak Limited, and we should be ready to develop very, very soon indeed. 100%. Boom, there we go. And we've still got a month left. So I'm very, very happy with the progress that we're making so far. Very, very happy with that. Oh my goodness, are we going to complete this today? Holy cow, so we are. Wow, that is fantastic. And we could actually finish the delay stage today. So that would be great. And we almost fixed all of the bugs. Holy cow. Excuse me? Yes, let's do that. You have minus 19. Yeah, do you want to take a loan? Yeah, okay. We'll take a little bit of a loan. I'm not keen on taking loans, as you can probably imagine, but it's okay. We'll be fine. I mean, we can check our loans here. We could take out a fair amount if we wanted to. We could take up to 60,000 over the period of like 24 months, and that would probably be a pretty good idea. But you know, we're not going to do that at the moment. We're not going to do that. Let's skip time and let's get everybody in to finish this contract work, and then everybody can go back to working on Google Sheets. Come on, guys, get back to work. Please get back to work. Okay, you fixed the 9 bugs. Release that. We got 24 grand. That's great. Now let's assign the core team to work on that, and we'll fast forward time. Okay, great. We can pay back this loan. Beautiful. It took a little bit of money, but that's alright. And now all we need to do is get this to be excellent. That's pretty much what we need. And we may take out a little bit of a cheeky loan to tide us over, but hopefully we won't need to. In fact, yes, we almost certainly will need to if we want to make this excellent. And that is something that we need to do. So let's take out a loan for how long? For 20 months and 60,000. It's the lowest rate of interest that we can really go. It's the lowest rate of, well, obviously not the lowest rate of interest, but let's go for 15 months. Let's go for 15 months and a 60,000. In fact, we probably don't even need 60,000 pounds. We just need a 3-month loan. I don't know, maybe a £12,000 6-month loan. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's go for that. Nice and simple. We've got a little bit of extra money in the bank now, which is kind of nice, and it will allow us to develop our own software. you know, which is something that we really need to do, and it's something that, you know, I find essential for showing off. I mean, it's part of this game. You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do to show off this game. Okay, good, good, good. Obviously, we're just burning through our money at the moment. That's fine. That's, you know, that's fine. An employee has to pee and is having trouble working. Well, how the hell can I even build a toilet? Floor light. Oh, I can build a toilet. Can I just put the toilet in like here? Employees won't use toilet. Oh, come on. Are you serious, man? I would totally insist upon using a public toilet. All right. What? You can't. If you want to split a room, you have to build from wall to wall. You kidding me? Seriously? All right then. You have to build from wall to wall. I am building wall to wall. What the hell? I don't understand that. Well, you know what? Screw it. We'll make another little room. In fact, know what? You know what? No, we won't. How much is your effectiveness reduced? Oh my god, your effectiveness is 0. Oh, not good. Not good at all. All right. Let's move you to there for now. And let's try again and build a wall. Yeah, I don't know. It's not going for it. It's not going for it. You're really not excited about being split in half, are you, buddy? You know what? Screw it. Let's have a little outhouse toilet area. Oh, rooms need to be at least 2 by 2. Well, there you go. Look, there's the toilet. You fucking happy now, buddy? There's the door. There's not enough light in there. Well, it's a toilet, for God's sake. Why would you want, like, windows in there? That makes no sense whatsoever. But you know what? We'll stick a nice window in, so you can have a wee look outside when you're pooping. Nice. All right, now go to the pisser and get back to work, buddy. Right, 3 times speed. We need it to be great. We need it to be as great as it possibly can. It's got to be good. It's got to be great. It's got to be amazing. It's got to be the best that it's ever seen. You know, and this is only the first stage, and you know, this is quite a large commitment for a pair of fucking idiots, as far as I'm concerned. No, they're good guys. They're good guys. Okay, develop. Right, we're in alpha. Alpha is gonna take a while to get through. We may be on the verge of bankruptcy, so we've got that to look forward to. Fantastic. Great. You know what? It's all good, isn't it? It's all good. Yes. Want to take a loan? Yeah, okay, we'll take a little loan. You know what? Let's take out another little loan. Let's take out a 36 grand loan over the course of like 24 months. So we're in pretty deep financial trouble unless we can get this this Google Sheets shipped out pronto, as far as I'm concerned. However, it does need to be good. It needs to be really, really great. Because if it's not great, then we are gonna just slip into everybody else's. I mean, look at this. Popularity, obscure, insignificant, bad, mediocre, horrible. You know, it's gotta be so much better than all of the competitors, because if it's not, then we're just gonna be a nobody, as far as I'm concerned, and that's not somebody I want to be. Not something I want to be. So yeah, we're losing quite a significant amount of money in loan repayments. Yeah, that's it's quite a lot. One employee. No, please God, no. Really? You fucking serious? Shit, man. Do we have to pay him holiday hours? If we have to pay him holiday hours, then we're fucked. Oh, Jesus. Well, we might just release it when it gets to good. I mean, obviously we're quality mediocre at the moment, but hey-ho. And also, we can market things by starting, like, campaigns and whatnot. And spending budgets and money and yeah. So that's not too shabby. In fact, you know what, let's end that. We don't need that. Okay, next day. Come on. It's got to be good. It's got to be good. Make it... Oh, you came back from holiday. Oh, I suppose. Each day is like a month. So, thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. I think we can survive probably 2 months. 2 months, maybe, is my bet. If we can get it to great, then that would be fantastic. But I'm not holding any hope. Okay, so 2 months. Looks like it could be 3 months. We could look like we're surviving for 3 months. That's something that we could be doing. Okay, make it great, make it great, make it great. Make it great. It's still good. Why is it still good? You guys been working on this for fucking ages. Please. I mean, we're skipping days like it's nobody's business. It's great. Okay, great. Fine. Promote it. Fast forward. You're delaying. You're fixing bugs. Holy shit. How many bugs are in this piece of shit? There's thousands. I suppose if you have worked on it for like literally half a fucking year, then, you know, I would expect it to be pretty damn good as well, and it would have a lot of bugs considering, you know, you've done a lot of programming and whatnot. But yeah, fix the bugs, guys. We're gonna take out another loan. I mean, we can only take out another 11,000 loan. That's it, I'm afraid. We could pay back that loan, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, great. So we are fully maxed on loans. That is all of our loans. All of our loans are taken out, and we are now very much heading towards a time when we cannot pay back our loans, which would be very, very worrying. Very, very worrying indeed. I think this is the last month that we're going to have to work on this project, and then we're going to have to ship. We're going to have to ship. We've got to. So this month, and then the next month, and at the end of the next month, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. We're going to release it, no matter how many bugs are left. It doesn't matter. Obviously, I would ideally like to be selling as a piece of software with as few bugs as possible. Great, we've done it. Let's market it. Let's market it as much as we can. In fact, no, you know what? Let's not. Let's just release it, right? Marketing is crucial. You know what? Yeah, let's release it. We'll release it on the internet and the radio, and we'll spend 400. We'll spend. Yeah, we'll spend that much money on it. Okay, great. You have run out of funds to support your marketing campaign. Well, end that then, eh? Yes, you went bankrupt. What? What do we do? Well, we need to... How did... Oh, well, you know what? That's the game for you. Like, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten a ton of money because in my off-screen playthrough, I did get a fair bit of money from releasing a video tool. But anyway, check out the link in the description to go and purchase the game. It's very, very interesting, and you know, hopefully there's going to be loads more features added as it goes through alpha, because I think it's really, really cool that you can design game engines and operating systems and keep them in-house and whatnot, and I think that's really, really cool. So you should totally support the developer and all that nonsense. My name's Norbert Potato. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!